First, our Local 4 special event called Don't Ignore the Snore. If you snore or live with someone who does, you know those sleepless nights can really be frustrating. Snoring can cause some serious friction in relationships. Paula Tutman has that story from our phone bank where experts are standing by to answer your snoring-related questions. And this really affects so many people, Paula.
Karen, it really does. And I couldn't believe it that the phone started ringing. I guess people already have the number 313-298-WDIV because we've already taken a call from people wanting to know about their snoring issues. Now, you can call right now. We have doctors and experts. They are standing by. They cannot give you a diagnosis, but they can point you really in the right direction. The bottom line is snoring affects so many people, mostly men, though women are also known to purr. However, lots and lots of wives say, oh my gosh, I've got huge issues with my husband. When the lights went out with the power outages last week, Lisa Steve had a moment of panic, not because she couldn't charge her phone.
I looked at my husband's CPAP machine. I go, oh my God, he can't put his CPAP machine on tonight. He's going to snore all night long.
Life before CPAP was tough. For decades, Lisa navigated a well-choreographed dance when it came to her husband snoring. As soon as he fell asleep, she'd move to another room.
No, he would lay there and go. And I would go.
According to a study at the Sleep Disorders Center at Rush University Medical Center, a snoring husband or wife can affect marital satisfaction. The study found that couples where one partner suffers with sleep apnea or snoring issues have a much higher divorce rate than those that do not have snoring in the bedroom. Do you feel like snoring can hurt relationships?
Yes, definitely.
Dr. Meeta Singh, service chief of the Henry Ford Sleep Disorders and Research Center, can say she has saved hundreds of relationships with her work.
If you snore and it disrupts your own sleep, then the next day you're likely to be sleepy, grumpy, irritable, and it can decrease your libido.
Dr. Singh studies and identifies sleep disorders and gets to the root cause of snoring.
There's some movement on the chest and the abdomen, but the airflow decreases.
That line right there shows that the patient has stopped breathing altogether. The real problem with snoring is when it stops. He didn't breathe for 16 seconds?
Yes.
For 16 seconds, there was no air? That's the medical nightmare, and some readings are absolute horror stories for the person next to the snorer.
They're also kicking their legs. But if they were doing this at home, yes, this would be disruptive.
Many bed partners take matters into their own hands, repositioning, kicking, nudging, and now 2 people are ticked off in bed instead of just 1. Severe malfunctioning of the relationship, less love, less intimacy, less sex, is a serious byproduct of snoring. You know, it's a real problem. It should not be ignored. Snoring is not the same as sleep apnea. Snoring can be an indication of sleep apnea. You've got to find out which one you have. So, Karen, this is just getting started. I'm amazed. Every single phone is being employed right now. People are calling. This is a big problem. A lot of people have a problem with this. I do want to let you know that coming up at 5 o'clock, we talk about equipment options. And that's really important because a CPAP isn't necessarily your only option. And then at 6 p.m., we can't diagnose, but there are real indications by the way you snore. And our expert is actually going to be reading the snores our viewers have been sending us all weekend. They've been recording their loved ones, sending the snores, and we get some real indications of what to listen for. Karen?
You know what's scary, Paula? I don't believe that person who was sleeping, who wasn't, quote, breathing for 16 seconds, they didn't have any idea that was going on, did they?
A lot of people don't even know that they snore. The first thing is their wives or their husbands or their partners send them to the physician's office, so they have absolutely no idea. But I challenge you this. Think about that man was not breathing for 18 seconds every single minute. Hold your breath for 18 seconds. A lot of people can't even do that underwater. That's what's happening when you're asleep, Karen.
That is really, really scary. All right, Paula, we appreciate this report and look forward to your live reports tonight at 5 and 6.
Thanks.